Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The Ukrainian counteroffensive is not occurring, but the Russian offensive is occurring. And I have some tactical and, how should I put it, operational results reported by this article. I think the article is coming from Ukraine, but it's talking about what the Russians did last night. Not that, but you know what I mean. This article it's from Ukrinform. It's a Ukrainian multimedia platform for broadcasting, and it's from today, July 17th, 2022. And this is the title: Mykolaiv struck by 10 Russian missiles overnight Sunday. The southern Ukrainian city of Mykolaiv, where the counteroffensive is due, was subjected to a massive missile strike in the early hours of Sunday, as 10 missiles, presumably launched by an S-300, NATO reporting name SA-10 Grumble system, hit various parts of town. That's according to the chief of the Joint Coordination Press Center of South Defense Forces, Natalia Humenyuk, who spoke at the national television, or not television, Teleton uniform reports. Ukrinform, that's the outlet here, Ukrinform. All right, and I'm quoting, "Indeed, a really massive attack. Most likely it was the S-300, again with a powerful weapon of destruction, inflicting maximum damage. There's destruction. Fires were reported. The blaze has already been contained, while emergency response teams are continuing their work. The damage is yet to be assessed, but no civilian casualties have been reported so far." That's surprising, because they always say the Russians are missing and hitting only churches, kindergarten, schools, and hospitals. "We keep gathering and verifying information. Industrial infrastructure has been hit in multiple districts across the city. There is a big volley of 10 missiles struck the city," Humenyuk said. As reported by Ukrinform, on July 17, approximately at 3:05, Mykolaiv again came under massive missile fire. So 10 S-300s destroyed part of Mykolaiv, which is very interesting that they did not report casualties in the civilian population, because if you maybe you're aware, the Ukrainians claim that only 3% of the, not 3%, sorry, 30% of the Russian missiles are actually hitting what they're supposed to, like they know. But the rest, the 70, is just everywhere, and in the residential areas, killing civilians and so on. Well, that's it's a poor rating if that's true. Nevertheless, here 10 of them, and I thought the Russians don't have them anymore. Remember, we have all those reports provided by the British intelligence, by the United States intelligence, by the Ukrainian intelligence services, saying that Russia is depleted of its missiles and rockets. So obviously they're not. And remember, this happened in April, the first time when I made a video regarding the British services, intelligence services, reporting that the Russians used most of their rockets and missiles in the first month of the war. So I calculated, okay, if it's most, I think it was April or May. I think it was April, because I calculated, okay, let's say most, I will be nice to these guys and say 80%, because most I could go to 95. I said 80%, and based on the weeks that since it started and when this was claimed, I calculated 80%. I added the 20%, which was about 2 weeks, I think, and 2 weeks would have been in mid-May. The Russians should have been gone already with their missiles and rockets, which they weren't. And I said, okay, I took into account that the Russian military industrial complex still works, so they will bring some more, but probably they will not be able to replace the rockets and missiles they already used. So I gave them that, even that, and it came to mid-May. Well, I think we are in almost the end of July. Then they came in May, and they say, "Oh, no, they're almost done." Zelensky came, and another British intelligence officer. Yes, they're almost done. They use the Soviet era missiles. They use missiles, the rockets, and all that. And I made a point, yeah, because probably they don't need something more sophisticated, given the poor defense, I'm guessing. That could be a reason, but it was just a reason to make, not because I know that's the truth, is because they jump to their conclusions, but I say, how do you know that? Maybe it's the other option, because you guys gave me wrong information on at least 2 occasions regarding their missiles and rockets. I don't take your 3rd or 4th or 5th report as being, face value. I'm questioning you harder right now because you lost your credibility or your legitimacy, let's put it this way. So how do you know they don't have to? And look, they have them, and they use the submarine. They even use the submarine's caliber missiles to hit. There's more articles here that I'm gonna make videos about the Russians using more missiles, not only this 10, in other towns, other areas, along the whole front. So I don't know, it's always, oh, they're almost done, and they're never done. They're not done. This make-believe, and they talk about, Zelensky spoke about, hey, guys, be aware of the misinformation and all that, because that creates stress. Really? You come with official reports and you talk about misinformation? You come with the official reports coming from the British intelligence and your intelligence and United States intelligence, official. And you tell me not to believe the misinformation only from the other side, but it comes from your side. What are you talking about? It's just that's the way it goes. Disclaimer, cling cling, both lie, more or less. Okay, so we have to jump like you're in the evening and you walk in a very bad area and there might be feces on the floor, on the ground, and you have to jump, and from one, so you avoid each and every poop on the floor, on the ground in this case. So same here, every piece of misinformation or report that comes, we have to avoid it and check it and verify, oh my God, is this logical? Is this, because we have limited information. Because if you think, what do you have information coming from Russia? Oh, they should not be believed. Okay, we got information from Ukraine. Okay, they should not be believed. You got from the paid mass media here, who we know who they are. Who you should believe? The Indians? And where do they get their information from? Just see how the information, how the news are manufactured. Because I don't think, for instance, that the Indians have in the field, in the territory, people to investigate and then come and report, and no, they get what these guys say. The sources are always these 3: Russia, Ukraine, and Great Britain, and they disseminate the intelligence. They disseminate. It's not, how should I put it, Deutsche Welle, people working over there with their Spiegel together, and they say, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 10 missiles, 10 identified S-300s. No, they just go and ask Ukrainian, hey, excuse me, what's the latest news? And the latest news, or they come in front of the TV and they have these whatever conferences and they talk about it. So basically the source is Ukrainian and Russian, and they send it further, and the guys take it and send it to us. So that's why we have to, bob and weave and do all that in order not to. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you in a moment, guys.